This Marner story's pretty good. Heaven help the Leafs if he wins a scoring title.
Yeah.
You thought you got problems with Willie?
Well, he's third right now.
He's in the conversation.
Yeah.
You thought you had problems with Willie. Wait till Mitch Marner, a guy who is, Ozhiganov's getting goals off Mitch Marner now.
Yeah.
And wait till that situation arises. Even if he finishes second or third, let's say. Second or third. The amount of money Mitch Marner will command as a hometown kid for this organization is going to be extraordinary. You thought you had problems before. Wait for this season. This to me, with all due respect to Nylander and the health of Austin Matthews, and can Freddie Anderson stay fresh for the postseason?
Let's be honest.
This to me is one of the most interesting angles for this team, is how many points Marner's going to rack up and force the Leafs to pay him long term as he racks them up.
Let's be honest here. William Nylander's holdout has cost the Leafs about, what, $2 million a season on Mitch Marner so far?
Yeah, I think so.
Him being out of the lineup and not taking up some of that power play time, some of those interesting looks, depending on whether or not it's 5-on-3 or 3-on-3 overtime. Like, Nylander would have gotten some of that ice time that now Marner gets because Nylander's out, and they're still scoring. Like, if I'm the Toronto Maple Leafs and I'm looking at the entirety of all this, aren't you closer now to trading William Nylander and hoping that you get a defenseman back in return, as opposed to saying we're going to run everyone out of the building? Because you've done pretty well with, one, Nylander not there, and two, Austin Matthews for a month gone. They're 9-5 in 14 games without him.
Here's how I think this is going to play out. Because you're hearing people on both sides saying, well, Nylander and Dubas already have a deal.
Right.
They're just working out some stuff. There's rumors about seeing Willie Nylander at Pearson International Airport in Toronto.
Right.
Here's what I think is really going on. Dubas has 3 trades on the table, right? Mm-hmm. Because that's his job. He's a GM. He's got to look at all the angles here. To not go down that road is just not doing your job properly. I think he's going to let this go as late as possible. And he knows his drop-dead date. Mm-hmm. Nylander knows his drop-dead date.
Right.
We know the 5 p.m. Saturday, but I think it's well before then. And if this doesn't happen, you go here.
And I think that you can tell by the numbers that it ends up being for Nylander, even if the Leafs sign him, how long he will be in town for. Because if they're high numbers, closer to what Nylander's camp has been asking for, you won't be able to keep everybody, and eventually a deal will be made.
I look at Philadelphia a little bit here. Now, Willie Nylander's not your typical Philadelphia Flyer, right? But that team seems like it wants to do something different.
Right.
That team screams to me to be a team to kind of watch for here down the road. Because, I mean, I'm just looking at situations now. Look, it's November
27th.
27th. I trusted you, but I just wanted to double check.
No, I got it.
November 27th.
As you always do.
November 27th. Mm-hmm. No one thought we'd get to this point. This is the longest restricted holdout we've ever seen. Who's to say at the last second somebody just doesn't jump in on this and make Kyle Dubas really think about something?
Yeah, and even like when they get sorted late, there's still some lingering bad blood too, right? Like Trouba hasn't exactly ironed things out in Winnipeg.
I'm amazed at how that's still kind of worked. Not long term, obviously.
Right.
But I'm still amazed how they've been civil.
Right.
Because that is Tim. This is the relationship, though. Mm-hmm. No one can convince me that if Nylander sits the season, this is repairable. Then the next deadline that happens is February 25th trade deadline.
He's not sitting the season. There's no
unless he does.
No, I will give me something to do. I'll shave my head if he sits out the entire season. I will shave my head.
I'd like to see that happen.
I will
Tim.
shave my head.
Who the hell do you think you are?
I am. He's gonna. You don't give up the money. You find a deal. The Leafs, if they wait a little longer, for those who don't know, the cap number can go down after this year, depending on the time that they end up signing him. So they could literally give him a little bit more now, pay him a little bit less later, make him a more viable trade.
But that difference isn't deal breaking.
But
it's not deal breaking stuff on either end. That kind of difference.
Well, but it might be more palatable for whoever wants to get him, or even the Leafs if they keep him, because the number will go down for the second year when you have to sign Marner and when you have to sign Matthews.